Let me ask you something. Have you ever felt like you are doing everything right? You wake up, you try to stay positive, you keep going. But deep inside, something still feels off, like happiness is always one step away, but never really here? It's frustrating, because you can't clearly explain what's wrong, yet you feel it every day. The truth is, most people are waiting for happiness like it's something that will arrive later, after success, after change, after everything becomes perfect. But what if that idea is the real problem? What if happiness is not something you find, but something you build, quietly, through small daily choices you don't even notice? In this episode, you're not just practicing English, you're learning how your habits, your energy, and your thoughts shape your life. And by the end, you may realize that happiness was never far away. You were just looking in the wrong direction. And if this lesson gave you something useful, I'd love it if you tapped like and subscribe to the channel. It helps you stay connected, and it also helps this little learning community grow. Every click really does make a difference. With love, let's dive in. What is secretly controlling how you feel daily? What controls your mood more than you think is not your thoughts first, but your body. It may sound simple, but your physical state quietly shapes your emotional world every single day. When you don't sleep well, your mind becomes heavy. Small problems feel bigger, and your patience becomes shorter. When your eating habits are not balanced, your energy drops, and even easy tasks feel difficult. And when your body doesn't move, you start to feel stuck, not just physically, but mentally too. Many people try to fix their emotions by thinking differently, but they ignore the physical side completely. The truth is, when your body feels better, your mind naturally follows. You feel calmer, more focused, and more stable without forcing it. So before you try to change your whole life, sometimes the real starting point is simple. Take care of your body, and your mind will begin to change with it. What is slowly draining your energy every day? The most dangerous things in your life are not always loud or obvious. They are often small, repeated, and easy to ignore. You may not notice them in the moment, but over time, they quietly take your energy away. This can be the people around you who constantly complain, criticize, or bring negativity into every situation. It can also be habits that seem harmless, like spending too much time on things that don't help you grow, or staying in environments that keep you stressed without realizing it. These things don't suddenly destroy your happiness. They reduce it slowly, day by day. And when your energy becomes low, everything feels heavier. Even simple things feel exhausting. Protecting your energy is not something extra. It is something necessary. Sometimes even small changes, like limiting what drains you, can create a feeling of calm, clarity, and space in your mind that you didn't realize you needed. Why do small moments matter more than big ones? Many people believe that happiness comes from big achievements, success, important events, or major changes in life. But the truth is, those moments are rare, and they don't last as long as you expect. If you depend only on big moments to feel happy, you will spend most of your life waiting. Real happiness is built in the small, quiet moments that happen every day, the ones people often ignore. It's in simple things like taking a moment to relax or doing something that gives you a sense of peace. These moments may feel small, but they create a steady and lasting positive feeling inside you. When you learn to notice and enjoy these daily experiences, happiness stops being something temporary and starts becoming something constant. It's not about changing everything. It's about seeing what is already there and allowing yourself to feel it fully. Why does connection change your entire mood? No matter how strong or independent you are not meant to handle everything alone. Humans naturally need connection, not just to talk, but to feel understood. When you share your thoughts with someone you trust, your problems don't always disappear, but they begin to feel lighter and more manageable. You start to see things from a different perspective, and what once felt overwhelming may no longer feel as heavy. But when you isolate yourself too much, your thoughts stay inside your mind, and they can grow stronger, more negative, and more confusing. Without another voice, it becomes easy to believe every thought you have, even when it is not true. Connection brings balance to your thinking and reminds you that you are not alone in what you feel. And sometimes, just that feeling is enough to completely change your mood. Why does small progress change everything? What gives your life a sense of direction, even when everything feels uncertain, is progress, even if it is very small. Many people feel stuck not because they are doing nothing, but because they expect fast or perfect results. When that doesn't happen, they lose motivation and start to believe they are not improving. But the truth is, real change is almost always slow and often invisible at the beginning. When you focus on small, consistent actions, something starts to shift inside you. You begin to feel a sense of movement, a quiet confidence that you are not standing still anymore. It could be improving a skill, taking better care of your health, or changing your mindset little by little. These small steps may not look impressive, but they build something powerful over time. Progress is not about speed. It's about consistency, and consistency creates belief in yourself. Why is your inner voice shaping your reality? The way you talk to yourself every day has more power than you think. Your inner voice is always there, quietly commenting on everything you do. And over time, it becomes the lens through which you see yourself and your life. When that voice is mostly negative, full of criticism and doubt, it slowly reduces your confidence and makes even simple situations feel harder. You may start to believe that you are not good enough or that your efforts don't matter. But when you begin to shift that voice, not to fake positivity, but to something more balanced and fair, everything starts to change. You can recognize your mistakes without attacking yourself, and you can also see your effort and growth more clearly. This creates a healthier mental space where you can improve without feeling constantly discouraged. The way you speak to yourself becomes the way you experience your life. Why should you stop fighting bad days? Not every day is going to feel good, and that is not a problem. It's a reality. Many people struggle because they believe they should always feel happy, motivated, and productive. So when a bad day comes, they resist it, they overthink it, and they try to force themselves to feel better immediately. But this often makes things worse. When you fight your feelings, they don't disappear. They become heavier. The truth is, some days will feel low, even when nothing is clearly wrong. Your energy may drop, your focus may be weak, and your mood may feel off. Instead of seeing this as failure, you can see it as part of being human. When you accept a bad day without judgment, something interesting happens. The pressure disappears, and your mind becomes calmer. And when your mind is calm, your mood naturally begins to improve without force. Why are you chasing happiness the wrong way? One of the biggest mistakes people make is believing that happiness is something they need to chase. They think it exists somewhere in the future, in success, in achievements, or in a perfect version of life. So they keep running, always thinking, "I will be happy when." But this way of thinking creates a constant feeling of lack, because the moment you reach one goal, your mind immediately looks for the next one. Happiness becomes something temporary, something that never stays. The truth is, happiness is not something you catch. It's something you create in the present. It grows from how you live daily, how you take care of yourself, how you manage your energy, and how you see your life right now. When you stop chasing and start building, happiness stops feeling far away and starts becoming part of your everyday experience. What happens when you take control daily? When you start taking control of small things in your life, everything begins to feel different. You may not notice a big change immediately, but there is a quiet shift inside you. You feel less lost, less overwhelmed, and more stable. Control does not mean controlling everything, because that is impossible. It means focusing on what is actually in your hands, your habits, your choices, and your reactions. When you take care of your body, protect your energy, allow yourself to feel, and move forward step by step, you create a sense of balance. Life may still be challenging, but it no longer feels chaotic. You begin to trust yourself more because you know you can handle what comes. And that feeling, that quiet sense of control, is one of the strongest foundations of real, lasting happiness. Why do you ignore what actually matters? Many people spend their time focusing on what looks important, but deep inside, they are ignoring what truly affects how they feel every day. It's easy to get distracted by goals, pressure, and expectations, and forget the simple things that keep you stable. You may think happiness comes from big changes, but most of the time, it comes from small, daily awareness. When you ignore your energy, your habits, and your mental space, you slowly disconnect from yourself. And when that happens, even good things don't feel as good as they should. The truth is, what matters is not always loud or exciting. It is often quiet and consistent. When you begin to pay attention to how you actually feel, not just what you are doing, you start to understand yourself better. And that awareness becomes the first step toward building a life that feels right, not just looks right. What changes when you become more aware? When you become more aware of your thoughts, your habits, and your emotions, you start to see patterns that were always there but invisible before. You notice what gives you energy and what takes it away. You understand why some days feel heavier and why others feel easier. This awareness gives you a kind of quiet control, not over everything, but over your reactions and choices. Instead of moving through life automatically, you begin to act with intention. You pause, you reflect, and you choose what is better for you, even if it is not always the easiest option. This doesn't mean your life becomes perfect, but it becomes clearer. And when things are clear, they feel less overwhelming. Awareness is not about overthinking. It is about understanding. And when you understand yourself better, you naturally start making choices that support your happiness, not work against it. Why is balance more powerful than perfection? Many people feel unhappy because they are chasing perfection in their work, in their habits, and even in their emotions. They believe they need to always do things right, always feel good, and always be in control. But this creates pressure that is impossible to maintain. Perfection is not realistic, and chasing it often leads to frustration and self-criticism. Balance, on the other hand, is flexible. It allows you to have good days and bad days, productive moments and slower ones, without feeling like you are failing. When you focus on balance, you stop expecting everything to be perfect, and you start accepting things as they are, while still improving. This creates a healthier and more stable mindset. You move forward without pressure, and you grow without fear. Real happiness does not come from perfection. It comes from feeling balanced enough to handle life as it is. What are you building every single day? Whether you realize it or not, every day you are building something. Through your habits, your thoughts, and your actions, you are shaping how your life feels. The question is not if you are building something, but what you are building. If your days are filled with stress, negative thinking, and unhealthy habits, you are slowly building a life that feels heavy and difficult. But if you begin to make small, positive changes, even simple ones, you start building a life that feels lighter and more supportive. This process is not fast, and it is not always visible, but it is always happening. That is why your daily choices matter so much. You don't need to change everything at once. You just need to be aware of what you are creating over time. Because in the end, your life is not defined by big moments, but by what you repeat every day. Are you ready to create your own happiness? At the end of everything we talked about, the most important question is simple. Are you ready to take responsibility for how you feel? Not in a heavy or stressful way, but in a calm and honest way. Happiness is not something that suddenly appears, and it is not something that other people can give you permanently. It is something you build through how you care for your body, how you protect your energy, how you think, and how you live each day. This does not mean your life will always be easy, but it means you will have a stronger foundation inside you. A foundation that helps you stay stable, even when things are uncertain. You don't need a perfect life to feel better. You just need to start where you are, with what you have. And step by step, you can create a life that not only looks good, but truly feels good too. And if you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like and subscribe so you never miss the next lesson. Your support means so much. It keeps this space alive and growing. With love, thank you for being here, and I can't wait to continue this journey with you.